Promulgation of Universal Peace by Abdul Baha Abbas, August 6th, 1912. Talk at home of Mr. and Mrs. Arthur J. Parsons, Dublin, New Hampshire. Notes by Howard McNutt. Today we are enjoying temperate weather. As there are many strangers present, we will answer questions. Question: are not all Christians Baha'is? Is there any difference? When we use terms, sometimes we're saying, yeah. Like the Quran uses the example of believers from people that book. Well, they're not legally Muslim, you could say, but they're actually surrenders to God, not mere tradition. But anyways. Okay, home of Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Parsons, Dublin, New Hampshire. Notes by Howard McNutt. Answer: when Christians act according to the teachings of Christ, they are called Baha'is. For the foundations of Christianity and the religion of Baha'u'llah are one. The foundations of all the divine prophets and holy books are one. The difference between them is one of terminology only. Each springtime is identical with the former springtime. The distinction between them is only one of the calendar, 1911, 1912, and so on. The difference between a Christian and a Baha'i, therefore, is this: there was a former springtime, and there is a springtime now. No other difference exists because the foundations are the same. Whoever acts completely in accordance with the teachings of Christ is a Baha'i. The purpose is the essential meaning of Christian and not the mere word. The purpose is the sun itself and not the dawning points. For though the sun is one sun, its dawning points are many. We must not adore the dawning points, but worship the sun. Well, worship who created the sun, right? We must adore the reality of religion and not blindly cling to the appellation Christianity. The sun of reality must be worshipped and followed. We're talking a metaphor here. We must seek the fragrance of the rose from whatever bush it is blooming, whether it's oriental or western. Be seekers of light, no matter from which lantern it shines forth. Be not lovers of the lantern. At one time the light has shone from a lantern in the east, now in the west. If it comes from north, south, from whatever direction it proceeds, follow the light. Let me illustrate further. A certain person bestowed a coin upon 5 beggars. They resolved to spend it for food. The Englishman said, "Buy grapes." The Turk wanted uzum. The Arab, anab. The Greek, stefele. The Persian, angur. Not understanding each other's language, they quarreled and fought. Isn't this a Rumi poem redone? A stranger came along. He was familiar with all 5 languages. He said, "Give me the coin. I will buy whatever you wish." When he brought them grapes, they all were satisfied. They wanted the same thing but differed in the term only. Briefly, when reality dawns in the midst of the religions, all will be unified and reconciled. Even in the same language, we find some of these problems. Question: does Abdul Baha find that Christianity is not lived up to and carried out in America? More so. Answer: my meaning is that it should be completely carried out and lived up to. Well, there are certain things in the Bible and some other Christian traditions that perhaps not. Man needs eyes, ears, arms, a head, feet, various other members. When he possesses all and all work together, there is symmetry. There's symmetry and perfection in him. So Christ said, "Be therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." The metaphor, the Father, Son stuff isn't literal, meaning that perfection is the requirement of Christianity.